So this book is titled The Giver, and I remember reading this when I was in high school, and I know Mrs. Lepore did too. And it's one of those utopian stories that sticks with you because it teaches you so many life lessons, just hidden in these very few pages. So the main character's name is Jonas, and it's a utopian society where everything is perfect. So they have no color, they only see in black and white. They have no pain. They actually take medicine to like suppress any kind of ailment, sickness, pain, any of that. And there's no such thing as love. There's no emotional connection. So when the teenagers start experiencing these emotions, they get a shot, and it like suppresses any kind of love or affection that they want to give to each other. And instead, they have these arranged marriages. Now, I would say the most central part of the whole book is the aging ceremony. They have a chief elder, and they decided instead of having everybody celebrate individual birthdays, instead of having birthdays throughout the whole year, they would celebrate everybody born that year in December. And they call it the aging ceremony. So the chief elder gets everybody in the community together, and they move everyone who was born that year to the age of 1. So if you were born in January or December, doesn't matter. You're all 1 year old in December. Then the next year you move up to the age of 2. Now, every age you get these certain things. At one point you get a comfort object. So maybe like a teddy bear or a stuffy. And then the next few years go by and you end up getting a bicycle. You have a special sweater that buttons up in the front, meaning that you're independent and can get yourself dressed. Other things are like the way that they style their hair. So it might not seem as significant. So as they're going through these aging ceremonies, they go up to the age of 12. And Jonas is so excited because when you turn 12, you get your job for the rest of your life. And the elders have been watching you all along. And so they know what you're really good at, and they're going to pair you up in the perfect position for you. So there's Jonas sitting in his chair at the ceremony waiting to get his position. And he's like, I know that one of my friends is going to be a nurturer because she just loves being with the babies. And I know my other friend is going to be a pilot because that's what he really loved practicing in the past few years. And he's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. So as they go down the row and they call everyone up and give them their jobs, they skip over Jonas and they continue down the rest of his row. And he's sitting there panicking like, oh my gosh, why didn't I get a job? Why was I skipped over? And they decide that at the end of the row, they're going to circle back to Jonas. And they're going to say, I know that you all think that I made a mistake, but we have a very special position for Jonas. So he gets called to the stage, and they say that he is going to be the receiver of memory. In this community, there's this really obscure, quiet old man that no one knows much about, and he's called the Giver. You can see like that's supposed to be him there on the cover. And he's the only one that looks really old and stressed out. And it's because he holds all the memories that go back and back and back before this utopian society was created. And now he's going to have to pass those memories on to Jonas.
Just like in The Giver with Jonas, as he discovers new things and as he discovers what the world is really like, he starts to see some things in color. So his world goes from black and white to all this color as he learns these new things. The Giver is one of my absolute favorite books, and it was my first dystopian society type book, and it really hooked me and made me read some others as I branched out a little bit more. What I love about this book, a lot of the things Mrs. Cooper mentioned, the fact that society had to follow these rules, and it wasn't questioned. It was just like, yep, we go along with it. And because they took away pain and because they took away people's feelings, it made them just kind of get by in life. And it made me appreciate the fact that we do have our freedoms and we can think and we can feel, and how that really does add things to our lives. So I love the idea that they created this society, but it also made me connect things to where I live and what I appreciate about not living in a utopian society, and how a little bit of mess and a little bit of learning and pain actually helps us to learn some things. So please try this one, pick it up and read it over the summer, and maybe add some color to your life.